Chemistry cards.
Yeah. Are the Matrix? Sham Jeezy. Karatia. When me say UPK, UK. Well, anyway. We there a whole a rem span the ends. Me and me dog them a whole a med span the ends. Every man ya so lose friends span the ends. Torment Babylon a put stress pan we head pan the ends. We feel this span the ends. Every man a try be the next span the ends. Dog, we fly out and one bend span the ends. But we die out and more dead pan the ends. Where me come from, you lucky if you live long day in a the war zone. But I no Pakistan, a the place where you juvenile a the big man. Pray for you do time, brother, pick one, yo. Man a fi bleach, but I never zone a the 6 pants and the rifle with kickstand. Quick answer to enemy, them response. You we dead if you a Christian, devil them strong. Me say, but it's a trick done. Them one we fall down in a the quicksand. Me kill a them where they a London, England. Teach me say the white man him is a trickster. The same struggle man a face in a Kingston. A same struggle them a face in a Trinidad. All the way go to Birmingham, Brixton. The link strong, it no matter what the distance. Hey, boom. We there a whole a rem span the ends. Me and me dog them a whole a med span the ends. Every man ya so lose friends span the ends. Torment Babylon a put stress pan we head pan the ends. We feel this span the ends. Every man a try be the next span the ends, dog. We fly out and one bend span the ends. But we die out and more dead body then. Once upon a time round ya so did nice. Full of vibes, man a play football, choose a side. If I no football, you like one go shoot your dice. But everything change when me nigga lose him life. Proof of crime, a certain black coffee get scrutinized. Check every taxi on the route I drive, then you to ride them to connive. Man have to sleep at the and shoot a night. And watch your head back, you never know what over time round. You're not safe again. Watch out for the hate of them and the traitor them. And the fake friend dog, the acre tens. No solution for make amends. Babylon says ceasefire, but we nah no fate na them, a sake of them. Make the crime rate so great again. And Jamaica red hot like the equator belt, Jamaica bread. Cause you never break no bread. With the ghetto youth them, you send the Terminator them, dad. So man a fi whole a rem span the ends. Me and me dog them a whole a med span the ends. Every man ya so lose friends span the ends. Torment Babylon a put stress pan we head pan the ends. We feel this span the ends. Every man a try be the next span the ends, dog. We fly out and one bend span the ends. But we die out and more dead pan the ends. Lucky if you live long day in a the war zone. But I know Pakistan is a place where you juvenile a the big man. Pray for you do time, brother, pick one, dad. Man a fi bleach, but I never zone a the 6 pants and the rifle with kickstand. Quick answer to enemy, them respond. You be dead if you a Christian, devil in strong. Hey, a trick done. Them one we fall down in a the quicksand. Me kill a them where they are London, England. Teach me say the white man him is a trickster. The same struggle man a face in a Kingston. A same struggle them a face in a Trinidad. All the way go to Birmingham, Brixton. The link strong, it no matter what the distance.
Chemistry cards.
Commanding General Yohana will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General Yohana live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the ISUPK UK. Lift a glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahushua in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General Yohana will put 12 shield general Muhammad scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, ISUPK undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General Yohana will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. ISUPK under commanding General Yohana at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event. Wam Yasha Allah, Yasha Allah, Yasha Allah.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my houses. Yes, you said so.
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. You know what I mean? We're on the ends every Friday, 9 to 11. You know what I mean? It's waiting after Dangobar to come through. Me, myself, Officer Karafia. Wait me a second. Fucking hell. Let me change that. 2 6, 2 6, 2 6. Is that one there? 2 6, 2 6. Trying to mess with the thing. Check out the thing. Shalom Dangobar. Yeah, how about you, Michelle? Yeah, man. So again, we're on the end 7 to 9 every Friday. Me, myself, Officer Dangobar. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to Kamala. You know what I mean? A Howard Bar, Adolphus, Last, Nakapaya, or Carl. You know what I mean? Anything you want to put in, just type it in. Or call us on 079 607 46784. 079 607 46784. Also, make sure you Command your guys coming to England, man. Coming to Scotland, coming to England, coming to Birmingham, coming to London. You know, make sure you pass, man. Contact the school on 079 607 4784, and we'll give you the details, man. Also, we got classes Monday to Friday at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Make sure you come to that 7 to 9. Bring your questions. You know, if you're black or Hispanic or Native Indian, bring your mom, your dad, your grandchildren, everybody, man. Also, we got Lashawan Kodash, which is a holy tongue, taught every Friday by Officer Alban live from London. You know what I mean? If you contact the number, we'll give you the link. You can get involved. We'll give you the alphabet. You know what I mean? You can learn as well. You don't have to be a child. You can be a big person, old person, young person. Make sure you get into that, man. What's the next feast day, Slaki Dungabar?
Feast the Trumpet, September 15th. Then the week after that, the following week after that, we got the Day of Atonement. Then the following week, few days after that, is the Feast of Tabernacles. So in September, there's 3 feast days back to back. So you have Trumpets, you have Day of Atonement, and then you have Tabernacles. Then after that, I believe the last one to close out the year is Hanukkah, right? Hanukkah, I believe.
Yeah, Hanukkah.
So yeah, that's the order of them.
So make sure you come true, man. That the Day of Atonement, man, rough, man. Yo, it's your first one, man. Contact the school, get some tips on it, man. You know what I mean? Every year. When's the Day of Atonement, Slaki Dungabar?
It lands on the, hold on, let me get the date. So if that's the 15th, this one comes maybe, hold on, let me see what date that Sunday is.
Oh, it's a Sunday. 1 second. 2 6.
That lands on, hold on.
It's Sunday, ain't it? Sunday to Monday, I'm getting here.
Yeah, the Day of Atonement is the 24th, so it's the week later.
Yo, so if you save it on the Monday, get it off, man. So luck ya. It's gonna be a rough one. You're fasting and you got to sleep at the same time. You get me, but yo, we'll get into that more close to the time, man. So you know, got a few hot topics we're gonna get through, and we're gonna comment on them. If you want to comment on them, also call the number on the screen, and like we do on the end, man, we get through these topics, man. You know, let's go for the first one. All right.
The latest figures show only a quarter of people who applied for compensation after the deportation scandal have been paid compensation. Thousands are still waiting for a decision. Campaigners claim the delays show the Home Office is institutionally racist, as it wouldn't treat another group of people this way. But in an interview with ITV News, the Home Secretary defended her department's handling of the scheme, and when asked, offered no apologies for.
And did you all hear that? So did you hear that, Dungabar?
About the 1 in 4.
Yeah, man. So it said one quarter of people got compensation. A quarter of the Windrush that got deported got compensation, man. So 3/4 of black people that were deported, gone to a country they ain't seen since it was like 2 years old, suffering in a hot country, after building this country, got compensation, man. And look at that. The country got money for refugees, got money for Ukrainians, money for Arabs, money for Afghans. But black men, they got no money for you. And they said that the country is systematically racist, and Preeti Patel defended it, saying, no, it's not, man. So then you tell me what it is. Because somehow the Afghans are getting some love that we ain't getting. somehow the who else? The Ukrainians are getting some love that we ain't getting. Ukrainians are getting housed, man. There's people out there that are putting Ukrainians in their house free of charge, out the goodwill of their heart. But black people, we can't get what we owed, man. We was done when you do a man wrong, you pay. If you steal from a man and you get caught, you go to jail, man. You paying back or you pay compensation. We was done wrong, and we can't even get what we owed, man. England owes Ukraine nothing. England owes Afghanistan nothing, but England owes black people everything, man. And we can't even get what we owed. You know, you snatched a man out of his house, man, cut off his benefits, man, cut off his NHS, man, had him suffering, and at least you can use paying back compensation. And Dagobah, they won't even give us that, man. They won't even give us that, man. So, Lakia, let me get a scripture on there real quick.
And a ton of them been trying to get this money for ages, man. Some of them had lost their earnings, lost their houses. There's some of them that had jobs over here, even though the news makes out that black people don't work. But some of them had jobs. Believe it or not, some of them had jobs, and there was good workers. And then once the Windrush claimed they lost all their papers, they ended up being put out of that job. So then they ended up losing their mortgage, ended up losing their vehicles, ended up losing everything that they was paying for. And you would think the bank would say, you know what? We understand your situation. We're going to freeze your loans or whatever you're paying off. The bank didn't care, man. They was just putting more debt and more debt and more debt. And then now they're waiting on their money that they're going to get back. They're waiting on their compensation. And I guarantee you, all this compensation they're going to get, they ain't going to get to enjoy it. Like, this compensation ain't even for them. This compensation is to pay off all the debts they got, man. This is to pay off all the loss of earnings from work, to pay off all the money that you had to borrow a family to survive while you was out of work. So all of that loss of all of that compensation, it's not even like they're going to take it and use it on holiday. Most of it is to pay off all the debts, man. And they ain't even going to get that back. Like, the money that was given them weren't even a lot. I'm sure it was only, like a few grand.
Yeah. A lot of them are dead now anyway. A lot of them passed away, man. They was old anyway, and because of the heartache, and a lot of them passed away, man.
And they're giving them a few grand, and they're taking so long to do it. It seems like they're waiting for more of them to die, so they don't have to pay it, man. And they've always treated us like this. Like, it's crazy that things like this happen, and black people still love these people, man. You know what? I was driving today and I seen a video. I tried to screen record it, but I couldn't find it again. It was a video from 1966 where it was asking white people, should black people be allowed to be police officers? Did you see the video?
Imagine I got that video today.
You got it?
You want to see it?
Christ.
Is that spiritual? I'll play it for you right now. You want to play it now or you want to wait?
We can play it now if you want.
Most High Christ.
Listen, I cried the whole journey when I watched it. So
what's that? We're in the UPK, we're one body, man. We both thought the same thing.
If I can't screen record it, somebody else can. So lucky. There
you go, man. So this is a video in 1966, and they're asking the public, do you think black people do you think it's acceptable for black people to be in the police force?
Have them in the forces, so why not in the police force?
Do you think there'll be much objection to colour policemen in this country?
Well, there probably will be, but I don't think there should be.
You wouldn't mind?
No.
Do you think that there are coloured people capable of doing it?
Oh, I should imagine so, yes. And not all ignorant. I know, I've had some working with me and been intelligent people. In relation to the coloured public, I suppose it would tend to inspire some confidence and reduce a certain amount of tension in that direction. But I can also foresee there will be a number of people who would resent the exercise of authority by coloured people, coloured policemen rather, over them.
Well, I think that white people would object to being booked, if you like the word, by coloured people.
You don't think it'll work?
No, I don't.
Thank you very much. What do you think?
Well, I don't think so. Not myself. We've got enough over here just working with that, putting them in the police force. Personally, and I don't agree with that. Not at all. I don't agree with coloured people over here very much anyway.
Listen, man. You hear She said, I don't agree with colored people over here much anyway. So now, that was 1966, man. Like, this is when the Windrush is fresh over here, and we're thinking, all right, racism's gonna die down. And in 2023, we're still experiencing the same problem, man.
That's right.
Some people on there said it won't go down well because white people refuse to get booked by a black police officer, and that's how it goes. No matter how low a white person is, in their mind, they're higher than any black person. A black
That's
man
right.
could never be any authority over them. And these people said it there. The man said, not all of them are ignorant, meaning he's saying,
Yeah, I saw that part.
It's saying it like almost like with animals and we're stupid. Like, it's saying it like, okay, all of them are stupid, but there's a small minority who's not. And the way he said it, man, you can tell he's racist. He said, well, not all of them. What did he say? Some of them work for me.
It goes, they're not all ignorant. I've worked with some of them, and some of them are okay.
See, and that right there is as racist as could be, man. And you're thinking England's changed from 1966. England hasn't changed, man. Because the same things they were saying back then is the same things they're saying now. We've been trying to love them from back then, and we're still trying to love them now. I think we should try a different route now. We've tried the love route; it didn't work. Let's try another route now. Listen, we tried your route of love, and your route didn't work for us.
That's
now
right.
you try our route for a bit now, see if our route works. Because we tried yours and it didn't work. So you try ours and let's see if ours works. So okay.
And like what you said, deep man. Listen, 1966 went that long ago. Some of these white people are still alive, man. And listen, you're a black man running down these white women. Some of them are the grandparents of that white woman that you're trying to chase, man.
Right.
Some of these white women that you're trying to chase down in the clubs because you got no integrity. Some of them racist white people are the grandparents of that white woman that you're chasing. Think about that, man. While you're trying to chase a white girl and get a number, little do you know, her granddad was a policeman that kicked in your granddad's teeth, man. That raided your granddad's house. That petrol bomb one of your grandparents, probably killed some of your foreparents, man. Or probably rejected your granddad at a job. These people are still alive, man. And they had children, and they taught the children what they believe, and their children, what years on the line became the racist police force that you see today, man. Racism ain't gone. Where do you think these racists went, man? You think racism is fizzled out? No, man. There was racists in the 1960s, and they had children, and they taught their children the same racism, man. And guess what? Their children work in parliament now. They work in the police force, and they're the reason why you get deported, man. They're the reason why you don't get no NHS treatment, and they're the reason why, even though the Windrush was a whole scandal, they're the reason why you don't get paid as well. They're the reason why you get paid pennies and you still don't get paid. Black, Hispanic, man, Native Indian, man. Listen, man, racism ain't gone nowhere, man. And the problem is this: the white man said they ain't all ignorant. Some of them are okay. And what are black people supposed to do? We're supposed to say, you know what? Fuck them, man. Let's do our own thing. But what do? We try to be the ones that he considers not ignorant. That's what every black man tries to be. Imagine this. He goes, they ain't all ignorant. We're supposed to say, you know, fuck you, man. Let's go. Let's have our own black town. They got Chinatown. Let's have black town. Let's employ our own people. What do? We all try our best to be the ones that he considers not ignorant. So we don't talk pat with no more. We don't fight, you know, we don't raise our voice. We speak nicely. We speak the Queen's English. Instead of saying, you know what, forget you, man. We try to be that man that he considers not ignorant, man. So like you, man. So,
and this is another thing why parents, we need to teach our children how important they are, because we try and hide it from our children that they're black. Like at home, you try and hide the fact that your child's a nigger. You try and hide it from them because you look at your child and my child's innocent. I don't want my child to experience racism, so you hide it from your children, like the racial slurs and the racism from the outside world. And then what happens? Your child goes outside, and then they come home one day and say, such and such called me a nigger. What does that mean? We need to teach our children like they teach their children, man. You think that woman's scared? You see that woman that said she doesn't agree with colored people being in England? You think she ain't taught her children this? She's taught her children stay away from niggers, man. Stay away from those black people. Have nothing to do with those black people. They shouldn't be in our country. That's what she's taught her children, man. And then what do we teach our children? Oh, we're all humans.
that's right.
We all humans. And God loves us all. We teach our children that, and they teach their children the opposite. They teach their children that your children are all ignorant, man. That your children are ignorant, they're good for nothing. And then we teach our children that their children is all equal with us. They teach their children that they're better than us, man. And we need to teach our children the same. Our children need to come home and say such and such called me a nigger and say, well, I know who I am and Jesus Christ was black. And you
That's
teach
right.
them about great black people in the Bible, man. Teach them about great black people. And then your children won't grow up and want to be white. The thing is this, most black people want to be white. Why? Because they've been called a nigger their whole life. They've been taught that a nigger is something bad. They've been taught that they're nothing more than just a slave. So we need to teach our children exactly who they are, man. If we teach them exactly who they are, our children won't be ashamed of who they are when they grow up. You see, like, we ain't ashamed of who we are. These people, these white people are outright racist, man. And we let them know who we are every single day. Listen, we go to camp, and when you're so confident in who you are, you can get them to kiss your boots, man. When you're so confident in who you are and who your God is and how little they are, the thing is we worship them, so that's why they treat us that way. When we stop worshiping them, then they will lose all power, man. They will lose all power. Their grip won't be on us that tight once we realize who we are and realize who they are. How dare that nasty white woman talk about colored people shouldn't even be here anyway? Listen, man. This is where during World War One and World War Two, black people should have said, we're not coming, man, and we're not fighting. That woman wouldn't be alive to be on video talking this nonsense, man. That white man wouldn't be alive on video to be talking about the all ignorant. We should have just let the Germans have their way with England and say we're not getting involved. This is white on white crime. Whoever wins, may the best man win. That's what we should have said. Treated it like a football game. Sat back and said, may the best man win. But instead, we fought for them. And straight after fighting for them, this woman comes on camera. I don't agree with colored people being in this country. A woman that's never fought for her own country, bear that in mind. A woman that's never contributed to her own country. A woman that's never done anything great for her own country is mad at people who's done great for this country. Listen, man, it just shows you how racist England really is. England has to be one of the racist countries on the face of the earth, man. And if you don't see it now, I don't know what to say to you. So luck you.
And what he said was right, man. Like, every black child or teenager comes to an age where they get their heart broken for the first time. I can't believe black men are still getting their heart broken, man. Like, our parents should be teaching us about racism, but they're not. They teach us that, everyone's equal and Christianity. They teach us one big fairy tale, and one day your son goes out there in the real world, man. Not this fairy tale that we've made for him, not this land of cotton that we've made for him, and he experiences the real world, man, where people call him nigger. He experiences the real world where he don't get a job because of his skin color, man. Where he gets stopped and frisked by the police because of his skin color, man. Where he gets called names because of his skin color. Because he gets treated different because of his skin color. And they come home with their heart broken, man. And who's to blame? The parents, man. We ain't teach our children that they're oppressed the devil, the Bible speaks. So we ain't telling them the truth, man. We tell them that everything's okay. So our kids got to go out there and experience racism and get their heart broken, man. Our kids should come home saying, yep, experience racism today. I seen it coming. Just like how we in the UPK, we know the oppressive devil, man. We know that he don't want to give us a job because of our skin complexion or skin color, man. We know that he hates us because of our nation, man. And we gotta start teaching our kids that, man. Start lying to them, man. We tell them that everything's fine and that black men don't die by the hands of the police. When they do, we tell them that black men don't get jobs because of their skin color. When it's true, we don't. And our kids go out there and get their heart broken, man. And what happens? They go on the news complaining, this is disgusting, I can't believe this happened. What world you living in, man? This shit happens, man. So luck, yeah. In fact, we shouldn't even be crying on the news talking about the Windrush ain't getting paid, man. We should be like, you know what? We expected it, man. We seen it coming. What it is, we live in a world of fakeness, man. And we can't believe it when it happens, man. So luck, yeah, man.
And it's just crazy that 1966 is like what? About what, 60 something years ago? About 60 years ago. And the racism back then. Listen, this is way before we was born, This is before we was born. And the racism back then is the same as the racism now, which lets you know that same spirit of them Edomites has always been in the earth, man. That spirit has never left. I don't care how much you try to join them, how much you try to think times have changed. It's not going to change. And the reason not going to change is why? Because God wants you to separate from them, man.
That's right.
God wants you. God wants you to not join with them. The more you join with them, the more racism there's going to be, because you're trying to attach yourself to a people that you're not supposed to be attached to. They're supposed to be with their people. We're supposed to be with our people, man. We're only supposed to deal in business and whatnot. Us trying to love them on a personal level, honestly, there's no point. We've tried for so long, and it hasn't worked. We've been killed by them, beat by them, robbed by them, oppressed by them, enslaved by them, and we've tried to love them through all seasons, man. Even though we're on the losing end of everything that's going on, we've tried to love them through all of it, and they still don't love us back. So, like I said, we've tried your way. Now you try our way, man. Try separating from white people for a little bit, man. You'll get peace of mind.
Right.
You'll get peace of mind. Your spirit will be renewed. You'll see them for what they are, man. Once you fall away from them, you'll see them for exactly what they are. But as because you're so awed by them and in love with them, you can't see them for who they are, man. We need to stay away from them. If we was to be like, you know what? Listen, if we was to be like, you know what? We're gonna try separate from them for a bit. Then you'll see them for what they are. What black people need to do is try our way, because we've tried your way. Listen, we done your way and got no love, man. So we tried this way, and this way works. This way your children get taught about black greatness. Your children get taught about their own God. Your children get taught the truth. Your children ain't lied to about Santa Claus and all of this garbage. Listen, man, separate from the devil just for a little bit, and you will see what it can do for your spirit, man. But as long as you continue to love him, you're gonna get your heart broke every single time. As long as you love him and want to be him and do what he does, you're gonna get your heart broke every single time. And do you see that video when Suge Knight was saying that Dr. Dre asked him, can he be white?
Yeah. I can't make you white, but you can have a white girlfriend or something like that. Some shit like that.
And that's all most black people want, is to be white, man. Listen, man, the Lord didn't make you white. You're one of us. How about you join us, man? How about you join us and see how great we really can be? So, okay.
Oh, because move to the next video. This is a man, a black man, had a knife on him. And it's lucky, man. I'm going to show you what I got, man.
I need to move off my head. Move your arm now. I need to move off my head. Move your fucking arm now. I move off my head. Take your hands off your fucking pants. It's not on my hand. It's on my head. My hip. If you don't believe me, I will cooperate on your head. Don't fight, you die.
Between Monday and Saturday.
Slovakia. So what we just saw was a brother that had a knife, man. His brother had a knife on him, and it's a shame to see him get kicked up and swore at, man. But when you're a criminal, you allow these oppressors to treat you like that, man. You know what I mean? The Bible goes in the UPK, we follow all the laws of the white man. You know what I mean? Our seatbelt is buckled, man. We don't carry knives, man. You know what I mean? In America, any weapons that we do carry, we have a permit for it. And when you break the laws of this oppressor, you allow him to beat you up, man. You allow him to knee you in your back, man. You not allow him to manhandle you and put his knees in your back, put all his weight in your back, man. You just brother come to the UPK, man. Listen, we'll teach him properly, man. We'll make him a warrior, man. You ain't got to be soft. You can be a warrior, man. A lot of our brothers feel like they got to walk with a knife to be a warrior. We'll teach us to be a warrior. And the police won't mess with you, man. And the police won't bother you, man. Let me get one quick scripture real quick. This is Romans 13:3. And it reads, rulers are not a terror. Rulers are not a terror to good works. And what's a ruler, man? A ruler's a policeman. A ruler's a judge. The people that rule over us, like, And rulers ain't a terror to people that do good works, man. Rulers ain't terrorists to me and Dungabar, man, or the brothers in the UPK, man. Why? We don't sell drugs, man. When you got a knife, then a ruler is a terror to you, man. A ruler will lock you up behind bars. A ruler will put his knees on your back, kick you up, swear at you, man, twist you up, man. Why? Because you got something that you shouldn't have in the first place, man. Black man, you join the UPK, and if a ruler ever is a terror to you, black man, listen, we will sue him, man. We'll go down to that court, man. We'll sue them for every single penny they got, man. We'll make sure that officer loses his job, man. But if you got a knife for you, a gun on you, drugs on you, then guess what, black man? They're gonna say that you deserve it, man. You can't sue the police force when you got a knife. They're gonna say, well, he deserves it, man. They're gonna say, well, we need to be more strict on crime. When you come to the UPK, black man, we'll teach you, man. If a policeman ever did that to any brother in the UPK, that would be his badge, man. That would be his job, man. The government will lose, the city will lose money because we'll sue them for every single penny, man. So luck, yeah.
Like when you're running around with weapons and whatnot, you make it hard for people to defend you in certain things. So now I looked at the comments on that video, and everyone was saying, "Well, deport him. He shouldn't have a knife." So now it's hard for people to defend you. So now the police can abuse you and do all sorts of things, and you won't get no sympathy because everyone in the comments is like, "Well, they stopped him from stabbing someone or whatever." Because they're saying he had a knife, so he had intentions. So now you give police the right to punch you in the face and put their elbow in the back of your head and all of those kind of things. Whereas, how much more better would it be if you was keeping the laws of the land, and they done these things to you? You'd have a case. Now all the policeman's gonna say is he had a knife. We don't know what else he had. He could have had a gun. Now if you ain't got nothing on you and they do that to you, then like the Bible says, what one am I trying to quote now? Which one is it? Suffer the suffer like when it talks about what's the one? You know what? I can't remember it.
Which one is
But,
it?
but paraphrasing, basically, if someone does you something, let them be wrong and you not in the wrong. Basically, like him there isn't the wrong for having a knife. So for them to jump on him like that, they're gonna justify it. Imagine how righteous it would be if you had no weapon on you and they jumped on you like this. Then you would have a case. You would have a case, man. What they say, be persecuted for righteousness' sake. Now, imagine if they persecuted you and you wasn't in the wrong, then you would have a case in front of a judge. You would have a case in front of a solicitor. You could say the police abused me, they punched me in the face, I've done nothing wrong. It's on tape. But what you do see on tape is a black man with a knife. So then it makes it harder for you to defend yourself. And this is why when they shot Mark Duggan, they tried to lie and say he had a gun. Because they know as long as they say you've got a weapon, their killing is justified. Their harming is justified. So you need to put yourself in a position where you don't allow them to justify any crimes they commit against you. That's what we need to do. Don't put ourselves in a position where they can commit a crime against us and the judge deems it as justified. Well, he did have a knife. Well, he did have a gun. Well, he was selling drugs. Well, he is a criminal. Imagine this. If police harm a black man and his record's clean, man. His record's clean. He's got no knife, no weapons, no drugs. The whole city would have to defend you, man.
That's right.
The whole city would have to, even white people would have to say it was unjust what you done to him, man. But obviously, as long as you have the knives and whatnot, they're gonna do whatever to you, and it's justified. The Bible says, "Be sober, be sober-minded, be vigilant, man." Because these devils is seeking who they can devour, and as long as you're running around doing what they want you to do, they're gonna use that same thing to devour you, man. Don't play their game with them. What we need to do is step out of their games, man. That's what we need to do. So, Lucky, go ahead.
Yes, like the scripture, what it was, 1 Peter 3:14, and it says, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye.
And it says, if you suffer for righteousness' sake, happily are ye, man. Listen, if police arrest me and I'm being righteous, I'm happy because a lawsuit's coming, man. A lawsuit's coming, man. Go ahead.
Come. And be not afraid of their terror.
And be not afraid of their terror, man. Listen, don't be afraid of no police. If you're on the right side of the law, now they'll still try to kill you, but if you're serving the Lord, they ain't going to be able to, man. Listen, Peter and them went to jail also, but Peter wasn't a criminal, so what happened? 2 angels took them shackles off him, man.
That's
And
right.
Peter walked right out of jail and went to camp. That's what Peter did, man. And then the same Peter at campus said, "Yo, the men you threw in jail, them men are out in the street teaching, man. Listen, that won't be you if you get caught with a knife. No angels is coming to take them handcuffs off you if you're a
That's
criminal
right.
caught with a knife. You're going to be sitting in jail for 5 to 6 years. So, okay, go ahead.
God. Happy are you, and be not troubled of their terror.
And be not troubled of their terror, man. Listen, we only fear God. We don't care. We don't care about these oppressors and their handcuffs and their mace and their nightsticks. Now, does this mean we're going to act up because we know we serve the Lord? No, it don't, man. We're still going to act accordingly. So, okay, go ahead. We're still going to be disciplined. Like, obviously, you shouldn't be running your mouth to the police and making a fool out of yourself. And police ask you for your driving license and whatnot. You just give them your driving license. You get their badge number, and you just go make a complaint in the police station. What you like to do is run your mouth on camera because you're trying to get 1 million views on camera. Look at me acting big in front of the police, asking them, "Are you on the oath today? On the section this and that?" I don't need to give you my name because you're a public servant. You say, listen, that don't work for black people, man. That right there works for the real citizens of this nation, which is white people. It don't work for black people, man. We've tried it and it don't work. There's a brother that tried it, and when and he ended up in handcuffs. He tried it. He thought it was deep. He thought he knew the law. He used to talk about all these videos and how the police can't arrest you and how he can come to court with a letter and the judge has to let you go. He believes he believes he has more power than the judge. That he comes to court with some letter that he wrote on his laptop, printed out, and he shows it to the judge, and the judge lets you leave court. Honestly, it's never going to work. Stop listening to these lunatics that tell you about the straw man's law and all of this garbage, and you don't have to pay for petrol. Listen, you pay for petrol, man. I don't have to pay for petrol. Don't do all of that garbage. All of that stuff is theft, man. You think you can go to a petrol station, put petrol in your car and drive off, and I'm not a driver, I'm a passenger. Why is it? I'm a traveler.
No, they say you got to have a license to drive because listen, you got to have a driving license to drive because technically I'm not a driver. A driver is a man that drives for work. I'm a traveler. I'm just getting from London to Brum. That shit don't work, man. So I keep going to jail.
That's it. You're going to be traveling to the police station. That's what you're going to be traveling. Right. I'm a traveler. Listen, man, don't do all of those things. What to do is carry yourself, walk accordingly, man. Carry yourself orderly. Don't be like these idiots who on the internet think they know everything, because they know nothing. It don't ever work out for them. Listen, that oppressor, he don't even keep his own laws. You think he's going to let you get away with that? Get away with not paying for petrol? Honestly, they're going to arrest you later down the line. So okay.
And these brothers end up in jail, man. You know why? Because they don't know that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. The deceiver. Imagine this. They're saying, "Oh, we read the laws, and by law, the oppressor can't do this and he can't do that." Listen, see, you don't know the Bible is the devil. In the UPK, we teach that the oppressor is the devil, man. Listen, when has rules meant anything to the oppressor, man? The Native American Indians made peace treaties with him, and he broke every last one. He broke his own laws, man. Listen, it's against the law to deport someone illegally. Meanwhile, these are deported thousands of Jamaicans and Caribbeans, man. When have the rules ever meant anything to this white man? You don't know who you're dealing with, man. You think that you can, show these rules and you get, you get righteous treatment and righteous judgment. You don't know who you're dealing with, man. The Bible says what? Do all things decently and in order, man. That's in 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, man. Do all things decently and in order. And if a policeman deals with you badly, there's ways to go around it, man. There's ways to file a complaint, man. If you think you've been dealt with, wrongfully, there's ways to speak to a man and ways to do it, man. Listen, as black people, we see white people racing up the police and cussing out the police, and we think, oh, I'm British, I can do it too, man. You'll find out, man. You end up going in that cell, man. Black people say, yeah, you don't got to pay your parking fines. Listen, pay them parking fines, man. The bailiff's coming to your house, man. I've heard this one down the bar. Listen, you got to pay your parking fines because my beef is with the city. I ain't paying my parking fine to the city. A bailiff picks up the debt. My beef ain't with him. My beef's with him. So I don't owe the bailiff nothing technically. Man. It don't work, man. But when they come to your house and what's that TV show called?
Can't Pay, We'll Take It.
What? What's it called?
I think it's called Can't Pay, We'll Take It. Something like that. Can't Pay, We'll Take It away.
Yeah, Can't Pay, We'll Take It is full of bailiffs, man, that buy the debt off the city. And I've seen it, man. I've seen them take man's goods and auction it off, man. It don't work, man. It might work for white people, but it don't work for us, man. So lucky, man.
And listen, pay them parking fines, man. Listen, one time Crafty got me a fine in the car park. Can you remember?
Nah, I can't remember still.
You remember years ago we went to Turtle Bay, remember?
I got you fine. You used to be partying all the time. Talk about one time Duggan was parking in 2 bays. And why you parking 2 bays? But listen, I'm parking 2 bays because the bays are too small, but I ain't squeezing out. I warned him, I warned him. One day had a fat yellow sticker on his car. I said, oh shit, look at that.
Listen, I ignored it as well.
But what I done what I do, and he paid it, man. See there. Because we know that them laws don't work for black people, man. We got waited up in jail, man.
And the proof it don't work is because sometimes you get the letter, when you say, you know what, I'll pay it next week. So I've left it, and then it kept going up, and then eventually they wrote me a next letter saying, if you don't pay it by this day, we're gonna put a CCJ on you. What's that? A county court what?
Judgment.
County court whatever. Obviously all black people's had them, so people in the chat's gonna act like they've all had them. It's the county. It's the thing where basically they mess up your credit, I believe. So they say everyone's acting like they don't know what it is. It's a county court. What's the last word? Come on, one of you black people, let me know because you've all had it. A county court judgment. We've all had it. Every black person's had a CCJ. So now they mess up your credit as well. So you think you're not paying these fines? One day you might want to get a car on finance, and that CCJ is going to be brought to remembrance, man. One day you're gonna want to get a mortgage, and that CCJ is going to be brought to remembrance. And because you listen to some lunatic on the internet, you've messed up your credit, man. With them parking fines, I suggest you just pay them. Usually they give you a grace period. If you pay it within 2 weeks, it's what, half price?
Yeah, it's cheaper still.
Some do go away though, still lucky. Some go away.
I dispute them first. I always dispute them still. And I've been lucky a couple of times. But
has it worked?
I've been lucky still. I've disputed them. And I got off a couple of times still as well. You get me? 1 or 2 times I got off.
Even if you I remember me and you tried to dispute it. You've got me a few fines. Remember you made me drive in the bus lane?
I didn't make you drive in the bus lane. You was following me and waiting in the bus lane.
I was just following orders, and it ended up following orders got me 2 fines. So lucky. I remember we went around 2 times.
It's mad because they phone me goes, yo, I got a ticket, man. And I'm talking to you. I heard the postman, bang. I heard the letterbox. I said, shit, that must be mine. I went, I bust the letter. I saw a picture of my car. I can see your car behind me. I thought, fuck. Oh,
we've gave the council some big money off fines,
Listen. We out pay someone. Listen, I'll give the cars alone. I'll give them some money, man. Especially at London clean air zone. I'll give them money. Town clean air zone. Forget about that. I'll give them keys, man. Parking fines. I'll get probably 10 grand easy. I'll give some money, man. So I got some time, Sister goes in America, they put the boot on your car. In the UK, they call it the clamp. You ain't getting that off, man. And if you break it off, it's criminal damage, in it? You're breaking government property. But it's illegal, isn't it? No, it's like, no, it's not. It's lucky, yeah. It's not. That's what I'm saying. So lucky, yeah. Let's move to the next one. So like your version, Dogger Bar, your favorite version here next, man. When you see me, you don't know what I'm on about.
Please stop me not side, man.
How the fuck did you know? How does this nigga know?
How did I know?
I got robbed in Spain, not to my face, or else I would have a black eye. I mean, I have a black eye. But you know what I mean? I went to a restaurant, paid for my food, and left my phone on the counter because the name David is spelled F-O-O-L. And when I went back, it was gone. When they said that they don't have it, I asked the restaurant if they could show me the cam footage. Now, I have 2 sets of feelings based on their energy towards me. Feeling number 1, everything you do overseas, you do while black, kind of here as well. You walk while black, talk while being black, enter a store while being black. So I was asking for camera footage while being black, if you get what I'm saying. What I'm asking for is long regardless, but then there's extra sauce because I'm doing it while black. But my second feeling is,
The restaurant is busy. Help this idiot with his lost phone. It's not in their job description. They're probably tired. It's hot outside and they're in a hot kitchen. People are straight naked, but they gotta have on a decent amount of clothes. There's a language barrier. It's all just long. So I understand. They tell me to come back at 6 when it's calmed down because I wouldn't take no for an answer. I return at 6 and they see me and their faces look sad, but like sad for me. Their energy is very pleasant and warm as they show my phone and the counter getting robbed by a blonde white Spanish lady in a blue dress from their cam footage. They show where she turned as she left the store, suggesting that she headed to the parking lot, and they said she's definitely not local or they would recognize her. They reckon that she's from Barcelona and I was in Canary, whatever that is. So I tell them thank you, gracias, all of that. Then I go to the hotel and have the bright idea to check that, find my iPhone app and my MacBook though. I had already checked it online, but it wasn't showing anything. But on the Mac, it showed exactly where in Spain, down to the street, my phone was. And I sat there and I thought about not going there. I had to think about not going there because the second I saw the location, I understood that I was going there. I know it doesn't seem like me, but I used to be 132th Road and that part, the driver's seat. It was 50 minutes away, €100 taxi, but I pulled up to some ends called Sabadell, and it was a bunch of flats / apartments. I looked where it was showing the phone closest. I tried the flat door, and it was open. It was the dead of night. No lights came on to illuminate the stairs. I didn't care. I walked in with my MacBook open, knocking on every door on every floor, and prompting my iPhone to play a sound from my MacBook. I pressed my ears against the doors, trying to hear that sound. I heard two men shouting from behind the door, and I thought I heard the words, iPhone. I said, this is it. Put the laptop down, ready to try back at this phone, and knocked on the door. They answered only to explain to me through Google Translate that it weren't there. And I played the sound whilst the door was open and couldn't hear nothing. Eventually, I gave up. Well, really, I didn't. I was forced to. I went to stay at a hotel nearby so I could wake up mad early and see if I could catch this chick leaving for work and ask for my phone back. But the hotel wouldn't let me stay because I didn't have my passport. I left it in my hotel room, and they don't do that. To this day, I can still see exactly where in Spain my iPhone is. Oh yeah, I did go to the Spanish police first, to be clear, but they told me even if they know exactly what door my phone is behind, without a letter from a judge, they can't even knock on the door. Anyway, lesson learned: be more mindful. Watch out for everyone, even middle-aged blonde women in blue dresses at the beach. Don't do what I did and pull up. It's not worth it. I say this as think about booking flights, but fighting the urge. I want this woman caught somewhere in Spain. Someone has my phone. I need someone in Spain to finish what I started. Anyway, before I would share that little story, is
why? And again, man, so lucky. This is what Sideman don't understand, man. That the press is the devil, man.
Right.
The press is the devil in Spain. He thought the press was the devil in England only, man. Nah, man. The press is the devil in Spain as well, man. The devil comes in all shapes and sizes, man. You think that the white man is only the devil, man? Nah, the woman is as well. We just saw the video of the 1960s where the woman was saying how she don't want black men in this country. She don't want black people in this country. She don't want black men being policemen. And guess what? The Spanish are exactly the same, man. You better do some history on the Spanish, man. You better do some history on the conquistadors, man. How they raped, robbed, and pillaged, man. You know what I mean? Went throughout Mexico and Central and South America, man, raping and killing black people. And guess what? She saw you from England, black, and robbed you, man. And no one in that country helped you. Because why? No white man cares about black people, whether they be French, Spanish, or even British, man. So lucky, man.
And this is what happens when you don't understand the oppressor is the devil, man. If he was taught the oppressor is the devil, he would never leave his phone lying around, man. If he was taught, if he still understood the oppressor now is the same one as back in the days, he would never leave his phone. Who leaves their phone unattended anyway, man? This ain't the kingdom of heaven where you can just leave your phone and it's not going to get stolen. And this is the thing. Sideman thinks the white man's world is the kingdom of heaven, man. Like, listen, at least a black man that knows is in hell knows I can't leave my phone because someone's going to steal it. Guess what? You see, Sideman, he loves white people more than his own people. You know why? He wouldn't leave his phone lying around black people.
That's right.
Chance, man. Sideman would see a group of black people and he would say, damn, I'm taking my phone because black people steal. Wow, this had to happen to you, Sideman, so you can fall away from the white man and understand white people steal, man.
That's right.
Now Sideman understands that white people steal. Before he would have just swore blind it was black people that steal. He left his phone there unattended thinking he's in the kingdom of heaven, thinking he's around righteous people, thinking he's around God's chosen people, because that's who he thinks God's chosen people is, the Edomites. So he's around them, thinking these people would never steal, only niggas steal. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking only black people steal, and there's no black people around. I'm the only black person, so I can leave my phone because my phone's safe around these white people. And they showed Sideman, they showed you that they're the devil, man.
That's
The
right.
restaurant people didn't want to help you. The
That's
police
right.
didn't want to help you. The two Spanish men that was in the room in the dark, Lord knows what they was doing. I don't even want to know. Two men speaking Spanish in the dark. I don't even want to know what they was doing. And Sideman seems kind of fruity as well. Sideman probably joined. That's another topic, Salakia. Sideman probably went in there with them for all we know. But back on the topic of the phone. Don't ever leave your phone unattended. This ain't the kingdom of heaven, Salakia.
Like the sister said, you notice how he kept saying, don't leave your phone around anybody, even blonde Spanish women in bikinis. Even, because in his mind, how could some blonde hair white woman do this, man? A man, fair enough, but a white woman, a blonde haired one as well. Listen, they're the devil too, man. Had you been in the UPK, we would have taught you that, man. Your phone would have never got robbed. In fact, when you see oppressors, you're meant to keep your phone tighter, man. You're meant to keep your phone more by your side, man. They're the biggest thieves. They rob people's oil, man. Rob countries, man. Why wouldn't they steal your phone, man? Did it? You said, was it Sideman at the funeral of Dejan Reed?
I believe he was.
Yeah, man. Dejan Reed, a black man that got killed by a white man, killed dead, man. Killed by a white man. He was 14 years old and killed by a white man twice his age in his 30s, man. Stabbed to death. And a white man doing, what, 3-4 years of manslaughter, man. When is it, you witnessed that? When has the oppressor ever been fair? You should have known that you wasn't getting your phone back. You should have known that the police wouldn't help you. The police didn't help Dejan's mom and dad. Didn't help Dejan Reed. So why would they help you get your phone, man? You should know better than that, man. It's
that's insane, man. You gotta know what you're doing. Keep your phone with you at all times, man. Like who gives a...
And he's talking like he's giving us advice. Like, guys, be careful, man. He's phone is safe out there, man. Even around blonde women. Listen, we know that, man. Had you come in the UPK, we would have been showed you that, man. The press is the devil, man. The person that works in the bank, the devil, man. School teachers, devil, every last one of them, man. He's acting like he's putting us on, like, guys. Even the blonde ones, you know. Crazy, innit? It's crazy, man. Who would have thought, man? Listen, man. Sorry, man, you gotta come out that church, man, and come in the UPK, man. Would have been no bad things happen to us, Dungabar. We don't even get vexed more. You're like, oh yeah, devil, man. Boy, I swear to God. You know they're pressing blah blah blah. Psh, devil, man. When you Sideman, your heart's broken, man. Right. Sideman made a video, guess what? To help other black people so it don't happen to them. Like, guys, guess what? You would never believe what happened to me. He made a public announcement because he got to tell black people that, listen, blonde white women, ain't, they can be thieves. You became, we've been on that, man. Well, you guys just come to one of our classes, man. We'll show you that, man. So, like, yeah.
What's even more crazy is he thought he was getting the phone back. Like, that's crazy to me that he thought he's going to pay €100 and he's going to go with his MacBook and he's going to actually get the phone back. Listen, man, the woman, it's not like the woman found the phone on the street. She's seen the phone on the table. She took it because she has no intentions of giving it back. Listen, there's no point even. Sometimes, when sometimes there's no point looking for something.
It's got to get out, man.
You got to take that L and say, you know what? I'm going to be smarter next time. It's like if you leave your house open and someone walks in and takes all your goods. Listen, man, I'm sure even with that, insurance probably won't even cover it. I'm sure if you're negligent with certain things, they don't cover it, right?
Nah. Listen, this is stolen, like, physically taken off you or broken into your car window or something. But if you're negligent, nah, don't cover that.
You left it to go pay the bill. Listen, take your phone with you, man. Listen. There's men that be in the house with their woman and they even take their phone to the bathroom with them, man. Crawford, there's men that put their phone in the side of their boxers so much that they so their wife don't see their phone. They pull it in the boxer band when they got no pockets. Their hands are full if they run into the kitchen. They're coming upstairs with the plate and the phone's in their boxer band. Listen, man, Sideman, man, you got to keep the phone on you, man. Salakia.
Well, man, you're too free with that phone, man. Salakia, too free, man. You gotta keep it nice and tucked, man. Let me get this video real quick. Salakia. it's always, you dirty Jamaicans, da 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 da. But it's like, bro, you will copy man's whole style, man's whole flow, listen to our music. You got like talk the same, like down to little words like yard or you get it, man's dead it, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell it's actually embedded into London culture.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of just steered away from that being that specifically a Jamaican culture, and it's kind of just genuine.
Yeah, but then now, like I said,
it's always that slander.
It's not, yeah.
It's always that Jamaican slander.
And let me ask you a question. Do you feel like man is partly to blame? Not us, but Jamaicans.
I got robbed in.
Mm.
And look what the brother's saying, man. The brother been saying what Dogger been saying for years, man. How London culture, like originally Jamaican culture was Jamaican culture. Now, oh my God, look, my brother said the same thing. He was screaming this for the longest, but it's true. Now, this whole Jamaican culture is London culture now. Now, Turks speak like us, Arabs speak like us, the white man in London speaks like us, and they think it's London culture. You see a white man in London, you're wagwan. Yeah, cool, safe. Yeah, I'm going to my yard, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go link one of my brethren, and they just think it's regular culture, man. And they don't even show homage. While they're robbing our culture, they're deporting our grandparents, man. While they're robbing our culture, they say how Afro beats is better than yard music and calling us dirty Jamaicans, man. When listen, there's many countries, there's many cultures in London, there's many cultures in England, man, and none of them have had an impact like the Caribbeans, man. Not one of them. Pakistanis have been here the same time as Jamaicans, man. And there's not one Pakistani slang, man. Not one thing that black people do that Pakistanis do, man. Not one. There's not one Somali slang. No one wants to dress like Somalis, man. Nobody wants to dress like Indians, man. Don't get me wrong. You might meet one black man that might get a samosa or something, Salakia. You know what I mean? Or eat some Bombay mix, man. But they don't bring nothing to the table. And like what the brother said, they don't even show homage. And we're to blame, man. We're to blame. Why we invite them into our culture, man. We allow them to come in our culture. Listen, I was doing class Thursday, and Judas Maccabee said that when he saw heathens in the temple, he cried, man. Judas Maccabee didn't say, yeah, I'm all down for diversity. Today, a black man will see a man doing his thing and be like, yeah, man, embrace. Look at that. A white man rapping, man. Look at that Kim Kardashian, man. She likes our culture, man. But guess what? The middle of the Bible saw white people in our culture, in our temple, in our land, do what we do. And they cried their eyes out, man. Judas Maccabee said, I'd rather die than see this day. He didn't want no equality. He didn't want no one in our culture, man. And the brother at the end of the video said, aren't we to blame? Could we let them in? And it's true, man. We're to blame. Could we let them in, man? It's like
exactly. And what you see with everyday life in England is everybody steals our culture, but they hate us. They like our culture, but they hate us. And they try and pass it off as their own. Like, everything you see people do in England, a part of it comes from us, down to the dress code. Listen, man, black men was wearing tracksuits when it was frowned upon. It was frowned upon once upon a time. Black men was wearing trainers and tracksuits, and a snapback's meant to go forward, man. A black man pull it to the back because he just was trying something, and it works. Now you see, listen, black men started wearing all of them new era hats and all of those kind of things. And speaking of black culture, actually, just before we jumped on Under Ends today, your boy Mr. Khan's being nominated for a Black Award. Do you see it?
Nah, that's disgusting.
Speaking of black culture, listen, I think we're gonna have to travel for our seasonings. I don't think we can give Mr. Khan any more money. You know what you think?
I don't. It's a lucky I don't. Man. Man.
I can't stand him. Imagine this: he's being nominated for some black award because of black culture, because he sells seasonings, he sells all-purpose seasoning and Jamaican chicken seasoning. Hold on, you want me to try find the thing for you?
Yeah, carry on. I'm gonna try to find it. Is that on Google or where can I find it?
Hold on, let me see.
That's fucked up, man. That's ruined my day.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can get the link.
That's ruined my day, man. So lucky. Thanks, Dungle Bar.
Mm-hmm.
Ruined my day, man.
So,
And even braids and so forth, man. Nowadays, all nations in London got braids, man. The other day on TikTok, I saw a black woman in London went to a white woman to get her hair braided, man. And they're always in our culture, learning how to braid, learning how to do this. Once upon a time, people used to see our braids and say, "Oh, what's that on your head, man? Can I touch it? How do you get your hair like that, man?" And now they think they own braids now as well, man. So an Indian man with braids in his hair, man. White man with braids in his hair. Everything we do, they just want to copy, man. And guess what? 100 years from now, they're gonna make out like they invented it, man, and not even give us homage, man. So like, you say it to me.
I'm looking. I'm just waiting on it to get sent to me now. But yeah, so it's been nominated for it's been nominated for some kind of award. But if you look at it, on that road, did you know that Mr. Khan, he owns the supermarket? He also owns the dessert shop. All the food shops on that road buy their seasoning from him. So he's cleaning up on Dudley Road, man. Imagine. Listen, everybody's grandma used to walk up and down Dudley Road, man. Everybody's grandma. I don't care if your grandma, even if your grandma didn't live round by there, she walked up and down Dudley Road, man. And imagine after all these years, man, a black man can't get a shot. But an East Indian man's got a shot called Mr. Khan's Authentic. What's it called? Mr. Khan's Authentic. Are we able to pull up a picture of it on the internet so they can see what the sign
is? I'm sitting right now. Bear with me.
Mr. Khan's Authentic. I think they call it Mr. Khan's Authentic Jamaican something. Listen, imagine this.
He's not even like Jamaican Indian, so I can give him a pass. He's clearly Muslim, like Mr. Khan. He's not even Indian, like Jamaican Indians are Indians, they're more Sikh, whatever. This man's Khan, that's a Muslim name. Clearly Pakistani or Bengali type of man. He saw a gap in the market and just filled it in, man. So lucky, man. Carry on.
Wait a minute, I'm sending it to you now. So while it is, I believe is in the finals. Is one of the finalists. Hold on, let me.
We gotta vote for Mellows, man. We can't let him win that one.
Hold on, let me see if it's on there. Yeah, go on there and hold on. Let me see if I can find it on there. I can't remember which part is it. Hold on. It's on here somewhere. This is like this right here is usually some black awards things for entrepreneurs or whatever. Hold on.
No, why you all pronounce this shit wrong, man. Fuck you know.
Ain't it entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur, man. God damn.
It's entrepreneur, so luck, yeah.
Entrepreneur, man. Dagobah knows how to fuck up a word, man. Doing it for years. Is this what you're talking about here?
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, that's right there. We read that. Finalists, Ali of the Year 2003, Mr. Khan's, man. You know.
Mr. what?
Mr. Khan's.
And what makes Mr. Khan? What makes Mr. Khan get these awards, man? Black people supporting his business because East Indians don't use the same. Now they use seasonings, but they don't use the same seasonings that we. Imagine this: an Asian man trying to cater to black people. The hair shops do the same thing, man. The hair shops do exactly the same thing. Listen, I don't usually vote on this garbage, but I'm gonna vote for the first black person that I see. Listen, even if it's Turtle Bay, so lucky it's Turtle Bay black people. Even if it's Turtle Bay, I'm gonna vote for Turtle Bay.
What's the comment saying?
It said even though it's not black owned, they're allies and we need allyship. Allyship promotes inclusivity.
Okay, so what they're saying is, even though he's not black owned, he's an ally. Ally is if you got allies in war, they're people that will fight for you or be on your side. So he's saying he's not black owned, but he's an ally. He's helping push this black owned stuff and these black products, man. We don't need no allies, man.
Who made him an ally? That's what I want to know. I want to know who made him an ally.
He ain't no ally, man. He's a man making money. That's what it is, man. Crazy, man.
But you know what's crazy though? Because to be fair, I don't go Mr. Khan's, but I hear loads of black people saying, yeah, because the seasonings that I need, you have to go to Mr. Khan's. So now there's certain seasonings that he will have because apparently he must have a link in Jamaica. So it probably pays Jamaican people peanuts, and they probably give them the seasonings. So let's say you're in Jamaican, you make seasonings. Now, if a man comes to buy it off you for, remember, just think in Jamaica, everybody can cook. Everybody has their own seasonings. If someone comes to you and says, you know what, I'll give you £1,000 for this much worth, and then you will do it because you don't know what he's making off in England, man. And then once Mr. Khan comes to England, he's making a killing. No word of a lie. I'll tell you, one time I went in Mr. Khan's, the Asians was behind the counter and they had an old black woman sweeping the floor, man. They had an old black woman sweeping the floor. And I asked the man for some, I think I was making some banana porridge. So lucky, obviously, I was making some banana porridge. I needed everything. So I'm asking them, do you have this? Do you have this? And they didn't know what I was on about, man. I had to speak to the lady that was sweeping the floor because only me and her could understand each other. Go to Mr. Khan's. He's got women in there that don't speak a word of English. They don't speak a word of English, and they're behind the counter over black people that sweeping the floor, man. After that didn't sit well with me, and I ain't never been back since, man. I ain't never been back since that day. So
that's disgusting because he don't know what the food is, what to do with it, how you cook it. All he knows is niggas love it, man. That's why he saw a gap in the market. He saw that black people are too busy shooting each other and robbing each other and hating each other. He said, you know what? While they hating each other, I can start them their food, man. And his mum was like, yo, what's this Aki thing? Like, I don't fucking know. But the niggas love it, man. Yo, what's jerk chicken? Like, I don't know that shit, man. But niggas love it, though. And he don't give it. He don't know. Just like the Asians that sell black women wigs and hair glue and whatever. They don't got a clue what it is, man. All they know is black people love it, man. That's a shame, man. That's a shame. It's robbing us blind. That's
Get me, Crawford. I don't know if I told you one time I went to go buy some yam. The man was trying to tell me about the yam. Like trying to tell me what's the good yam. He's trying to say, because the yam's like this color inside. I'm thinking in my head, when did I become un-Jamaican to where I don't know what good yam is? Like they try and tell you about green banana and yam, and when this is right, imagine you have to go to them to get your pumpkin and all of them things, man. Imagine you want to make a pot of soup, you have to go to them to get your okra and all these things, and they don't even know what it is. They don't know what it is. All they know is black people buy it. That's all they know. They don't know nothing to do with what it is. All they know is black people buy this chicken soup thing here, this chicken noodles thing for the soup. That's all they know. Black people buy these sweet potatoes. Like, think about it. When does an East Indian man ever eat sweet potato? That's what I'm trying to think. When does an East Indian man ever eat yam and banana and ackee and salt?
You can ask my ribby. I would not go to an Indian restaurant. I'll do Chinese, but I can't do it. I can't eat their food. Listen, ask my rib. I do not fuck with Indian food.
Lucky, it tastes better than I can't lie. It tastes better than Chinese. I can't lie.
I wouldn't know. The smell of it alone. Imagine in the world of doing a delivery, and I went to Indian restaurant. It's in the morning as well, like 9 o'clock. So they didn't even open yet, and the restaurant stunk of food. It wasn't even open yet. Kitchen closed, everything. The food is too strong, man. It stinks. In the morning, imagine the restaurant opens about 6. Chefs come about 6, and already stinking of that strong curry. For fuck it up. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how man go to Indian restaurant. That curry is strong, man. That shit get in your clothes. Oh, boy, man. Don't get me wrong. I swear, I might fuck with a samosa. That's about it, man. I don't fuck with Indian food. Not too strong for me. It's nasty, man. Then no, they were like samosas and that things you make with your hands. You can't really make it with like a tool or whatever. And then the last people's hands you want to be fucking with.
For real?
Yeah, they gotta roll it out and fold it over. Oh man, man. So lucky. Listen, I'm from Brum where we know Indians, but I've seen them in action. I've seen them how the hawkers spit and shit. So lucky. They're the last man you want to eat from. Big man thing. That's just me though. You get me? You want to eat from them. It's not unlawful. You don't mind if you don't mind a belly. You don't mind having the shits because that vindaloo is on you. You get me, but me can't do it, man. So lucky.
They are dirty set of people for real, man. Like just think how they roll up the naan bread, and if they haven't washed their hands, all the germs is you see how they put you see if you get the cheese naan, the cheese is inside the naan bread. You got the germs all inside with it, man. Like just imagine the way they roll it all up, and think about it. When you're cooking for your family, obviously you're gonna be clean. But if you're in a restaurant, and you're cooking every day, something drops on the floor, you ain't gonna say no hygiene and pull it in the bin. That's all restaurant. You ain't gonna say no hygiene and pull it in the bin. Listen, if a fly flies in there or whatever, you're still gonna serve it, man, because you ain't gonna lose money because you care about the customer. You're gonna say no, the customer ain't seen. You know, I seen a video. I think I seen a video today where a man grabbed a rat off the wall. Did you see it?
Oh, did I? I think I seen it. You know, I think I see it. I saw it, but I was flicking through. I remember something about a rat, and he grabbed it, and everyone's like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" I think I seen something like that still.
And he weren't scared to touch it. He just grabbed the rat off the wall like it was. This was in the Chinese shop. He grabbed the rat off the wall like it was normal. I seen that and I said, "Damn." To be fair, I've always hated Chinese food anyway. Chinese food it's disgusting. I hate it.
You like an egg fried rice now? Come on, man.
You see, every time after I eat it, I feel sick. Like, was it really chicken kind of thing?
Yeah,
I ain't too sure about that Chinese food.
Nice.
Only thing I mess with is the sweet and sour chicken.
I ain't Chinese in a while still. Must have get one in a bit still for a minute.
Nah, it's horrible, man. Not even wasting money.
Yeah, man. You see how I go on, but speaking of Jamaica anyway, let me play the next video real quick, man. So this is a video for Jamaica, man, with these brothers looking damn near see-through down the bar, man. You should have saw these brothers, man.
I'm Pinedo, a regular brown cool dude. I get a lot of girls by being Pinedo with my iPhone.
Boy. And look at that, man. You see how my man was bleached out? Bleached out to it was damn near see-through, man. Even white people don't look like that, man. That wasn't even light skin. That was some. Listen, the light skin people that don't look like that, man. People was bleached up, man. Just ruining his melanin. It's ruining his skin, man. The sun must burn him up, man. And why do we do that? Because we've been taught that being black's ugly, man. We've been taught that looking like the oppressor is more common. It's that bad that the word fair used to mean beautiful. Now the word fair means to be white. Meaning what? To be white is to be beautiful, man. And you got brothers in the islands, men too, man. Men back in the day, don't go about men didn't really care about their appearance, man. But now even men want to be beautiful, man. Even men want pretty skin, man. Even men want to be light skinned, man. And that's a plague on our people, man. You know what I mean? King Solomon said, "What? I am black and I'm comely, man." You know what I mean? Songs of Solomon, 1 and 3 or 1 and 5?
1 and 5.
1 and 5, man. So I'm black and comely. That's what our people need to know. You come in UPK, you know that you're black and beautiful, man. The word comely means beautiful. You know what I mean? Revelations 1 and 13, man, said Jesus Christ was black, man. Not only was he black, he was dark like he burnt in a furnace, man. Daniel 10 and 5 said that God's black too, man. Ezekiel said that the angels are black, man. All throughout the Bible, everyone's black, man. But guess what? Christianity has told us that for us to look nice, we gotta be white, man. We gotta be fairer skinned and bleach ourselves and damage our skin, man. So lucky out, man.
And there's no point doing that, man. My thing is this: you bleaching your skin when we all know what your real color is anyway, man. The whole point of you doing all of those things we ain't supposed to know. You bleach so much, the whole world knows, man. What you should do is just stay the color that you are and love yourself no matter how you look, man. Listen, you're supposed to love yourself, man. Listen, I don't care. Listen, I don't care if you're the least attractive person in the world, man. You get up every morning and tell yourself how good you look, man.
That's right.
The thing is this, man. You obviously it's probably bleaching because he wants women or whatnot. Listen, you don't have to look the best. You can get women just by being confident, man.
That's right.
Just by you being so confident, these women will actually think you. Listen, man, you need to learn to sell a dream, man. You tell her how beautiful you are. You tell her because everybody wants me. You tell her because everybody wants me.
Get yourself a rib, yeah.
It's like
you gotta get yourself a rib that lies to you too, man, and boosts your ego even more, man. My time all the time that I'm like Chris Brown. You get me? I believe her, man. You get to a rib that will boost, rib that will lie to you as well, man, and boost your ego, man. Don't go bleaching your skin, man. It's like it, but
imagine that these men are bleaching their skin, whereas, listen, man, confidence. Sometimes you don't need to look the best. Just having confidence can get you women, man. You tell these women stuff almost until they believe it, man. You tell her, look, man, because all them women want me. Because look at me, all them women like this. And you tell her enough times, she will start to like it too, man. So look, yeah. Listen, man, that's how it goes. You don't need to bleach your skin because you're going to bleach your skin and really, you know, you're not happy with the outcome, man. Like, you're not happy with the outcome. You're damaging your skin. Listen, man, you're gonna give yourself all kinds of skin cancers and whatnot. How about you just stay the color that you are? Like, there's nothing wrong with being dark skinned. You
That's
do
right.
know some women like dark skinned men, man.
That's right.
You do know some women like brown skinned men. Some women like light skinned men. Whatever complexion you are, there's women out there for you, man. Now, if you're a sister, whatever complexion you are, there's men out there for you, man. There's some men that like dark skinned women, light skinned women. It varies, man. You bleaching your skin because you want approval and want to be accepted. There's somebody out there that's willing to accept you as dark as you are, man. Like being dark ain't even a bad thing. Like, I've
Listen,
never.
Cardi B said she likes her men very dark, man.
There you
Now,
go.
imagine now I go bleach. I got no chance, man. I got no
Exactly. You're
chance.
gonna try to reverse it. You're gonna try to
There's
reverse
still
it.
a bit of chance to get me. If something was to happen, God forbid, and she was single, I got a chance, man. Now, imagine I was to go bleach now, man. I just wiped out my chance, man. So lucky. You know what I mean? There's something out there for everybody, man. You know what I
There's
mean?
nothing
It's
wrong
women
with being
like
dark
men.
skinned, man.
Women that like dark skinned men, man. That's how it is, man. To get yours,
That's
man.
it.
The Lord made flavors for there's different flavored crisps for everybody, man. Different flavored drinks for everybody, and a different flavored men and women for everybody, man. You know what I
That's
mean?
it. You know, I've realized though, every so often it shifts. One year, like every 5 years it shifts. Women will go for a phase of they don't like dark skinned men. Then they do like. Have you noticed? Goes up and down in phases.
Yeah, I think it will shift. I think depending on what artist is popping. Like I mean, like growing up, yeah. So Solid Crew came out, and every girl's on Romeo and Harvey. It's light skin thing. Then Drake shit put it back again. Chris Brown put it back. Just depends.
Me and you need Tyrese to. Me and you need all the women to fall in love with Tyrese.
Since Tyrese became a
Once
meme,
we fall in love with him, we got a chance. So lucky.
Tyrese fucked us up when it became a meme. He fucked us up, man. Crying and shit.
We need women to fall in love with Tyrese and whoever else. Then we might have a chance.
We need Wesley Snipes back, man. Come on, man. We need back, man. Lucky. Right, let me get the next one real quick. Shit, time's flying, man. Yo.
Do British people have culture? English people do not have culture. They are uncultured. They've just stolen from the entire globe. They are essentially racist people because we just stole from the entire planet. Our national dish is chicken tikka masala. What the f is that about? We have about as much culture as a bit of pavement that's been painted over with horse.
Oh, yo, listen, what can I say, man? The press is bang on. The press is bang on, man. British people love to tell people to piss off back home, man. And get out my country, and I'm not happy with you in my country. Meanwhile, you have everyone's culture, man. The man goes, the British national dish is chicken tikka masala, man. That don't even sound British, man. The only thing British about that is the word chicken. The tikka and masala don't sound very British at all, man. And that's their national dish, man. Everything that Britain likes to claim ain't British, man. Cadbury's chocolate, Cadbury's chocolate don't grow in England, man. We're talking about Cadbury's chocolate, man. Chocolate don't come from England. So British people love a copper, man. They love a cup of tea when tea don't come from England neither, man. Well, what else do British people love so much? They love kebab. They like to get drunk and have a kebab and chips, man. Kebab comes from Turkey, man. What else do British people love so much? Well, what's British, man? It's so British. Dunlop tires, man. When the rubber trees from the rubber trees from Central America, everything that makes Britain so-called Britain don't come from Britain, man. Nothing does, but they allow people to piss off back to the country. Well, listen, you can't get a white man out of a curry house, man. You can't get him out of there. My white man loves a curry every Sunday, man. In fact, we know football. They got a chant, man, and the chant goes what's it called? Vindaloo. Go Vindaloo, Vindaloo. As I heard it, the chant Vindaloo, man.
You sure they say Vindaloo?
Vindaloo didn't play it on the thingy, man.
I think I know. You know, is it the football one?
Football one, man. It's Vindaloo. After football, they all go down there for a curry, man. I swear it's Vindaloo. Let me see. Yeah, it's called Vindaloo, England song. This is the song that British people chant, man. They chant Vindaloo, man. Vindaloo is an Indian man's curry, man. Ain't no British man's curry. In fact, curry comes from India anyway. Let me see if I got this shit real quick. And there is called what? What is called fatless Vindaloo.
Bonjour.
Can I introduce you, please?
Anyway, it's a long intro, cut me off. But the tune called Vindaloo, look it up for yourself, man. And they're chanting Vindaloo at Indian man's curry, man. But like to tell people to piss off home, man. Listen, the British man ain't got no culture of his own, man.
Right.
He don't have no culture. He's a thief and a vagabond, like he said in Genesis. Oh shit, it's lucky. Don't buggy, you sent me a link.
Oh no, that was the Mr. Khan one.
You still want it up or no?
No, we got it already.
Okay, no sweat. Let me get Genesis real quick, man. Genesis 4 and 12, man. And it reads, when thou tillest the ground, it shall henceforth not like when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. And this is the curse the Lord put on Cain, man. Cain, that was in the spirit of the white man at that time. And the Lord said, when you till the ground, it won't give forth your strength. And wherever white people dwell, man, it's not big on agriculture. White people dwell in places like England, Spain, and these places ain't fruitful lands, man. England is a place where everything gets imported, man.
Right.
Spain is a place where everything gets imported, man. It ain't known for nothing. It ain't known on the world market for selling any vegetation, man. It's just known for importing. That everything it imports. Why? Because wherever this white man dwells, the ground don't give him its strength, man. It's not known for growing. And he goes, a fugitive and a vagabond thou shalt be in the earth. And the Bible goes, the white man should be a fugitive and a vagabond, man. A fugitive is a man running from his crimes. And that's the oppressor, man. He's a man running from his crimes. He's a man that colonized India, man. Colonized Nigeria. Killed the Aborigines in Australia, man. Killed the Africans in South Africa. Killed blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. And hasn't been brought to justice yet. That's a fugitive. A man on the run from his crimes that hasn't been brought to justice yet. And a vagabond. The Bible goes, this man's a vagabond too. And a vagabond's a bum, man. A vagabond's a man that don't have no home, living from house to house. And that's the oppressor. He don't have no culture, man. He don't have no culture. He don't have nothing that is his own. He lives in England. Why? Because he killed the people that lived in England. He lives in America. Why? Because he killed the people that lived in America first. He lives in Australia. Why? Because he killed the people that lived in Australia. And now he dwells there, man. He goes to people's land like Hong Kong, like China, kills the people there and makes Hong Kong, man. He's a vagabond. Guess what? He don't have a culture neither, man. His culture is Vindaloo, which is an Indian man's culture. His culture is Cadbury's chocolate, man. When chocolate comes from Central America, man. He talks about Nescafe and coffee beans and British tea. When tea don't come from England, man. Neither does coffee beans, man. This man's a vagabond and a fugitive, man. So like, yeah.
And that white man there told the truth, man. Like he told the truth about his own people. At least he can see what the rest of the world sees. Usually, most Edomites act ignorant to these things. Like they believe they have culture. Even he said, "We've got no culture. We've stole from the globe." Chicken tikka masala. Even he understands. Now every other Edomite needs to understand, and they need to be like, "All right, then." So if we got no culture, whose culture are we stealing? And they will say this. They will see that they're stealing everybody's, man. They will see that they've stolen everything from us, like everything down to even having bathrooms in your house and all of those things came from us, man. Because if you know anything about England during the Windrush, they came here and it was like, yo, so where are we meant to wash? And it was an Edomite thing to. How often did they used to wash? Like was it Edomite thing to wash I believe once a week, probably less than that. But black parents back in the days, some black parents back in the days where they would only bath the child on a Sunday. You remember that, right, Crawford? Was you one of them all?
I'm surprised there. Was that a trick question? Fuck it up.
No, it was a thing back in the days, man, where black parents was tight on the water, so you would listen.
Water was never that tight. So lucky.
So what black parents? So what black parents would do is obviously you would shower throughout the week, but you would have a bath on Sundays, and everyone would get their hair combed and washed on a Sunday. Come on, you must. You don't know about them days. Every black child would come out the bath on Sunday. You put on your pajamas, you're getting your hair combed and greased. So back then, even black parents kind of was. Then again, in their case, they couldn't afford the water. But with these Edomites, they never used to wash at all. So they used to remove the bathroom out of their house. They'll turn it into a bedroom, so they could get extra rent. So then the bathroom would become a bedroom for extra rent. So black people was like, yo, so where are we supposed to wash? And then he would say, yo, you're lucky if you get to wash. And because black people kept complaining, they started to put bathrooms in houses. In some houses, there's 2 bathrooms in there now. And that comes from us. Because Edomites was turning the bathroom into a bedroom because they didn't bath. So they seen it as, let's take the bath out and turn it into an extra room. So, okay.
And guess what? Not only does he copy everyone's culture, the biggest culture he's copied what? Is our culture, man, which is the Bible, man.
Right.
Jesus Christ was a black man. All the angels are black. Everyone in the Bible is black. He copied everyone's culture, stole everyone's culture, but the biggest one he stole is our culture, man. You watch movies like The Passion of Christ, you see a white man on the cross. You know what I mean? You watch the movie of Samson and the 10 Commandments, you see a white man playing Moses. You see a white man playing Aaron, man. That's the biggest culture he stole, man. The biggest culture he stole. He's a vagabond, man. Ain't got no culture of his own. But anyway, moving on real quick. We get 2 more, then we move on. Boom, boom. I gotta start saying boom, boom, boom. Don't go about apparently Nakapai saying, oh, he keeps saying boom, boom, boom. So I'll find something else now. Let me see if I can find it.
The way we're wearing it, it's starting to dress like us. Picking maybe this like. Do you understand that? This is European stylism. Yeah,
What's the lady saying? Talisa says she's not doing no dating at the moment. What's the lady? Well, when we had he said, this is what one of my things, I don't date, I court. Ooh, but courting is like if you think you're about to get married. Well, listen, I've been celibate for the past 2 years. What do you mean? It's like no sex for monogamy. So just nothing? Yeah. So basically, you like to build friendships before you start dating. Yeah, but Talisa, how are we doing this? You don't try them when you get to know them. I don't like So you're just I've got friendships I'm building. Oh, but there's no touching allowed. So you've not been touched for how long? 2 years. Oh my God, I would literally every minute.
And so lucky, man. I cut the video too quick. I cut it when I edited it, man. Zizi Milk goes, oh my God, I will literally die. That's what she said. And listen to this, man. Ain't nothing wrong with taking your time, man. This woman saying basically you must spread your legs, man. I can't control myself, man. And that's how you rack up a big body count, man. Just take your time, man. Listen, Talisa the devil, man. And what she's doing is nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with loving yourself and not wanting a body count and just taking your time, man. And you got this society trying to make you feel like, something's wrong with you. I couldn't do it, man. Listen, when did we become so lustful, man? When did we become so lustful that we can't control ourselves, that we just got to have sex with somebody, man? Remember back in the Dunga bar where there was such thing as whores? Remember, if a girl was a whore, she'll be if you call her a whore, she'll be offended, man. If a girl was caught having sex with somebody, you could actually call her a whore, she would cry, man. Nowadays, they don't care that, and so listen, I got needs, man. Listen, my man ain't treat me right. I'm having sex with somebody else. Now did you cut and call a girl a whole no more? That them words would bounce off her, man. And this woman saying, listen, I'm trying to be celibate for 2 years, man. I'm trying to be celibate for 2 years, get my shit together. And she's ridiculed. Saying, 2 years, how could you do it, man? So you don't get touched for 2 years. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with, taking time out, trying to find someone that, you bond with before you make that move, man. But now that's frowned upon. Now that's crazy. But once upon a time, the woman that had sex with everybody, she was crazy, man. Now the woman that wants to take time, she's seen as crazy. She's laughed at, she's ridiculed, man. So lucky when they edit the video, I cut it off, man. But she literally laughed at the scorn. I said, I don't know how you do it, man. That's what she said. I don't know how you do it. Like, basically, you must become a whore. And any woman that don't want to become a whore, something's wrong with you, man. Or you're special, man. You got some willpower that we don't have, man. So lucky, man.
And when Talisa's like, obviously she's got friendships, and that means she spoke to men and it hasn't worked, which is better for her because she hasn't slept with them. So she spoke to men, it hasn't worked, but she hasn't gave them her body. Whereas Zizi Mills has spoke to men and gave them her body and it hasn't worked. Whereas Talisa's kept her body count down because she realized these men wasn't for her. She weren't in a hurry to jump into bed with them. Whereas Zizi Mills is saying, oh, I would die. So men are going to see this and be like, yo, yeah, Zizi Mills is kind of easy. Now with Talisa, men are going to be like, nah, she ain't freeing it up easy. I'm not going to waste my time. So most men who just want the one thing, they're going to avoid Talisa which is a win for her, because then all the men that are playing games won't even approach her because they know they're not going to get, they're not going to get it easy. But men that are playing games will approach Zizi Mills, you know why? Because they know, yeah, she's definitely going to give me what I want because she's going to die if she don't. So what Zizi Mills needs to do is fix up. And speaking of that, speaking of giving it up easy, Miss R Fabulous has a new man again. I seen it today. Did you see it?
Oh, God.
She's got another man. Listen, what we on? We're on episode 142, and Miss R Fabulous has had a new man every single week since we've started the show. That's like 142 different men Miss R Fabulous has had since we started doing the show. 1 minute, she had a Nigerian man one time, right?
Everything, man. Everything that. At one point, she goes, she don't fuck with brothers. Just African, man. Then she had an African man. Oh, I'm bored, man.
No, I'm sick. I can't stand her. That's one person I can't stand. We need her off the internet, man. Miss R Fabulous is a bad influence to black women, man. Imagine you're a black woman trying to do the right thing, and Miss R Fabulous is teaching you to just be a hoe, man. She teaches you, you know what? It didn't work with that man. Let's go find the next one. Then it don't work with that one. Let's go find the next one. What some women need to do is take time out like Talisa, man. Take time out like her and fix yourself, man. And court. And don't be so quick to open your legs, man. Because that man's gonna be gone. And that number never disappears, man. That number stays there. It don't disappear. It's like a car logbook. Every owner that's had the car, their name goes in the logbook, man.
That's right.
5th owner, 6th owner. If you look at a car and there's more than 5 owners on a car, you're skeptical like, nah, that car's had too much owners. Imagine a woman that's got multiple owners, man. Imagine you get a car and you're stunting in this car. You wash this car, you clean it, you put rims on it, and you're parked up in this car, and about 10 men walk past this car and say, oh yeah, I used to own that car. He used to own that car.
You don't feel so special?
You feel like, damn, let me just leave this car and walk, man. Let me just leave this car and walk. As a woman, what you want to do is you keep your body count down. You know why? Because once you finally grow up and you realize you want to stop hoeing, you can't undo those men that are on your list. You can't undo those men that are on your list. You might want to change your life now, but I don't want to do that no more. But you have to explain to that man that you get with, oh, I had a whole phase. Just imagine explaining to that man you had a whole phase. The man that you love, bearing in mind, the man that you love, and the man you've been waiting for your whole life, you have to sit down to him and you have to hold his hand and say, honey, you're going to hear some bad things about me. Listen, how about you don't go from now? So when you do meet the man of your dreams, you don't have to explain these wild whole stories to him. So look here.
Imagine there's men out there that can say, I've had sex with her. You don't want that. Imagine there's men out there, loads of men out there that say, I've had it. You want men to... Imagine there's a man out there that can tell somebody else how your body looks like, what it's naked. can talk about, you know, you got a birthmark down there, and they know your privates, man. They know how you look like naked, man. Come on, you surely you don't want that, man. Surely you don't want that. Only one man should know that. That's your husband, man. Imagine that, like we said, Dunga Boy. Imagine you got something that you cherish and you think it's precious to you, and then man's like, "Oh, I had it ages ago, man." It makes you feel like, "Oh, I guess it's not so special, man." And imagine that man feels that way about your woman. Imagine you're doing shopping and there's a man that has sex with your woman in the same aisle, man. And you got the atmosphere. Come on, sis, man. Surely you don't want that, man. You don't want that awkward feel like, yo, this man had sex with me in the past, man. I'm a man here, man. And he's giggling and smirking because he know that he had you before, man. Listen, keep your body count down, man. Go on court, man. Like what Talisa said, man. And this is what the Bible says, Ecclesiasticus 6 and 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. That's what you gotta do, man. You want a friend, go prove him first, man. Go test him first, man. You go court, man. You want to go get a man, you want to get a companion, you want to go get a woman, go test them first, man. Don't see a woman and go on 2 dates. Nowadays, having sex is just something you do. It's something you do, Dunga Boy. You go on 2 dates and have sex. It's what you do. It's not precious no more. It's not, you know, it's not something you do with someone that you love, or it's not something you do with someone because, you know, you connect. Just like going for a drink, man. Like something you do. Sad, man. But anyway, 5 minutes left, man. We can't even do a commentary on this. We got to let it run, man. You see the riots happening in London.
I just seen people running down the street.
So apparently, these kids through TikTok arranged a riot in central London, Oxford Street, a salute and whatnot, and just running around London and shit, just breaking up stuff, man. So I'm gonna run that real quick. We must just quickly comment on it and then cut, man.
So what really happened with the TikTok Oxford Street riot? Videos went viral laying out plans for a large-scale shoplifting operation. Kids were encouraged to cover their faces and take part in an Oxford Circus JD Sports robbery at 3 p.m. Huge numbers of people then descended on Oxford Street as terrified shop owners nearby closed their shutters to avoid the planned violence. Police flooded the streets and soon chaos erupted. 9 people have now been arrested and many more given dispersal orders. Home Secretary Suella Braverman has now called for the ringleaders to be hunted down and locked up.
Boy, all I can say about this is what Proverbs 1 and 10, man. So lucky it reads, "My son, if sinners entice you, consent thou not." It said, "My son, man," talking about the young men. If sinners entice you, man, to put it on TikTok, man, try to persuade you to go out there and loot, man. Don't do it, man. That's all I can say, man. So like, if you want to say Dunga Boy for the last 2 minutes,
and don't follow a multitude to do foolishness, man.
That's right.
See all of that, you just ignore it. Don't even get involved in it. Robbing JD, listen, man. It's honestly don't do it. The cameras are so good. The cameras are so clear. Listen, I've seen some of the cameras in these cities, man. The cameras are so clear they can spot you from a mile away. Listen, they got face. You know, some of the cameras got face recognition. They got face recognition. As soon as it detects your walk, your height, your facial features. So even if you try and mask your face, they know who you are by how you walk and stuff. So honestly, you're not going to get away with it. Everyone's going to know who you are. They got them cameras for those things. You do know there's someone that's always watching the CCTV. They follow you from street to street. So you're not really going to get far. They might not pick you up straight away, but they will pick you up eventually. So don't even bother doing it. So, okay.
All right, man. Shalom for everyone for coming through. We will be here again next week, 7 to 9 for WADA. Make sure you call the number for the UK trip. It's going to be in King. See, you got me saying it. It's going to be Edinburgh Castle. You know what I mean? So make sure you reach, man. We're going to have powerful camps on London and Birmingham streets. So make sure you reach, man. With that, shalom.
Commanding General Yohana will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General Yohana live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the ISUPK UK lift a glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahushua in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General Yohana will put 12 chill General Mahaiman scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, ISUPK, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General Yohana will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. ISUPK under commanding General Yohana at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event. Wam Yasha'Allah.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!